think you are standing at home and you are reading books and you are searching some information at home. I think you are spending your time well. Today we'll talk about the different types of communications. Okay, please. Okay. The first question too. What is communication? Communication acts of the sending information, visuals, speech, and other messages. Okay. The communication model has a sender who is sending a message. Okay. The receiver who is receiving the message. Between just a simple definition for communication. Yeah, sending or exchanging information here. Yeah, between senders and the receiver, they're exchanging the information here. Okay, let's move. Types of the communication. The first one, verbal communication. The next one, nonverbal communication. The next one, formal communication. And the last one, visual communications. Okay, verbal communication. What do you say? What is verbal communication? Yeah, verbal communication can be called oral communication. Verbal communication is a communication which occurs with the words. Now, we are talking. Yeah, we are talking during the tables. Yeah. Non-verbal communications. Okay, students and others, let's look at me. What about this one? Yeah, you are right. This is crazy or stupid. Yeah. What about this one? I'm thinking here. This one, best, bad, like, good, and others. Some countries it means greeting. Hello, thank you. But other countries also a greeting. Different gestures. What I'm here. Yeah, I'm expressing or I'm explaining what I didn't feeling is. Such kind of communication is non-verbal communication. Yeah, non-verbal communication. Non-verbal communication is a communication which occurs without the word. People use gestures, body language, and face expression to explain their feelings and ideas. The next one, formal and informal letters. What in communicating, people use different communication styles. Verbal communication, they use words. So they use gestures and body language while communicating. Sometimes they write letters. What kind of letters? Formal letters and informal letters. Let's see. Yeah, formal letters and informal letters. Let's basis for comparison. Formal letters, the meaning of formal letters. Formal letter is the letters written in a formal language and for official purposes. Such kind of letters are professional communications. And the next one, informal letters. Informal letters, such kind of letter written in an informal language and it's a friendly manner to someone you are familiar, and it's called informal letter. Such kind of communication is called personal communication. Next one. This is the form of the formal letters and informal letters. Here you can see how to write the formal letters and how to write informal letters. The first one, written to prescribed format only. The written in the first person business letters, the third person and others. Written to business, colleges, employer and organizations. The next one, voice. In a formal letters you can write in a passive voice. Yeah, but sentences must be long and complex. The size, and the informal letters, distractions and abbreviations avoid. You cannot write. The next, formal letters, no prescribed form, and you are writing some letters and messages to your friends on your telephone, on the letters, or maybe WhatsApp you can use. Here, the first and second persons, it doesn't matter, you can write. And written to friend, family and others, you can write as the voice, it may active voice. Sentences, short and simple, not complex, it doesn't matter. The size, large and coincide. And the construction areas, use it, yes, you can use so many abbreviations. Yeah, next one. The next types of the communication, this is a visual communication. Imagine you are in foreign countries and you lost your way. In the situation, you have no guide, you have no friend, and you have no telephone. Here, you have lost your way. Just, you don't know what to do and have to go your way. In the maps or sample cards, maybe some instruction will help you to find your way or to go back. Here, such kind of communications is a visual communication. communications. In the visual communications, you took some information by seeing. Yeah, visual communication. This is a communication through visual aids like drawing, placards, presentations, and instructions, maps, etc. etc. Okay, the last students. While communicating, people use different types of the communication. When they have no time, when they want to spend the time, they use the verbal communications. Because, or this one, maybe reading such kind of non-verbal communications. But maybe long distance people use some sentences or letters to another person. Maybe business letters, maybe in the emails, maybe in the WhatsApp. Yeah, this is the types of the communications. Yeah, students, communication styles changes from the person to person. During the process of the communications, a person may invoke several channels or modes and messages to convey a message. But the process of the communication doesn't only depend on the source producing or relying information. Now we have one video to explain our topic. Let's see and enjoy.
It has been said that when Americans want to say 100 things, they will verbalize 150 things, for they are explicit in their use of language in communication. When the Japanese verbalize 70 things, they are trying to get the other person to understand 100, for they are using implicit understandings and at times nonverbal cues to get their point across. Cultures can be separated into two groups with regard to communication. High context cultures such as East Asian, Latin American, Southern Mediterranean, and Arab countries were commonly homogeneous, sharing a history of common values and assumptions. When people of high context cultures communicate, it is not necessary for them to say everything explicitly. Nonverbal cues often communicate what is not said, and silence can have great meaning. In parallel to this are low context cultures, such as America, Canada, and Western European countries. These communicators prefer clear descriptions, unambiguous communication, and are highly specific. Low context communicators do not rely or trust relationships in business communication. Instead, they rely more on the spoken or written word. So how can we bridge this communication gap? The gap is more about the language of behavior than language use itself. And it can be bridged by focusing on the key necessary to unlocking business in any form and at any level: relationships. High context cultures value relationship. Knowing the history and character of who they are communicating with influences what is communicated and how. A solid relationship supports a high context culture's natural implicit communication preference. Thus, it is an advantage to devote time and attention to relationship building when working with high context cultures. Being aware low context communicators may be perceived as moving too fast or as too direct and abrupt informs low context communicators to slow down, approach communication through developing understanding rather than just by giving specific explanations. Letting relationships percolate before trying to seal or even propose an outcome will create not only better communication, but better results as well.